What is going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. I feel like I'm always making these videos and I don't mean to be. I don't know, I hate making these videos because I always say the same thing, but I did not know that we were gonna buy another car, and we're gonna buy another car. So this one I'll explain myself when we get it and we get back. It's at my buddy's place in Hamilton, so it's like 3 hours away. It's not too bad, but I'll explain what's going on and why we're buying this car. It's a really good deal, and sometimes you just don't pass up a good deal. So it'll make sense, I think, once I kind of explain it. But we got a little bit of a drive ahead of us, so we'll get there, get the car, get it back, and then we'll take a look at it and see what's going on. So obviously it is an FRS. It's a 2015, which is actually a lot better than I thought. I thought it was a 13, and I know that like the early ones, the 13s, had a lot of problems with the engines and stuff like that. I mean, they all kind of do. They're not like known for reliability. It's got, I think, like 150,000 kilometers on it, so not too bad. It's 6-speed, it is manual, so that's good. It's got FDF, I believe it's like the Mega Mantis or whatever kit. It's pretty crazy, but if you also notice, it is like junk. Nothing lines up on the whole front end is out of whack. And this side, which I knew about all this, I bought it from my actually really good friend. Same guy that imported my S15 for me. He came across this, he had it, gave me a really good deal on it. And that's why I bought this car. Like I said, I wasn't really planning to buy another car. There's no reason for it, no need for it, but I bought it. So it has BCs on it. I don't know if they're extreme lows, but like it sits pretty good. It's got some crazy looking header on it, and obviously it has the FDF kit on it. So pretty much what I paid for the car, you would have a hard time like buying the parts for it for that price. So it's got actually a clean title, even though it is really beat up. All it needs is like the outside to be fixed, which is sick because I like that part. I like doing that. So my plan with this car is drive the BMW, learn how to like drift, whatever, kind of get the basics down, use that as like the missile kind of beater, whatever, learner car. While I'm doing that, kind of fix this thing up, get it looking how I want it. And there's one kit, the whole reason, like not the whole reason, I guess, I've always liked these cars. They're just slow and kind of all the body kits look the same. And like every FRS looks the same, but Uras is coming out with a body kit for this car. And I know it's gonna be super expensive, so it all depends how much that's gonna cost. But the thing that put me over on this car was that body kit. So whenever that comes out and stuff, I wanna get it for this car, and it's super cool. I don't know, it's my favorite like FRS look for sure. There's another one that like a really small kind of company makes, and it's really close, and it's not too bad, but it looks a little bit goofy to me. So the main plan with this is fix the body. Obviously the other door needs to be replaced. It's completely destroyed. It looks like it's been destroyed, and then somebody bondoed it up, and now it got destroyed again. You can see it's cracked, like incredibly bad. Like that'll be fun to tear that apart. Also, it's busted apart and then duct taped over and then painted over. So that's crazy, I've never seen that before. So the main goal is fix it on the outside, get it looking good, get a body kit for it, that cool one that I want, get some wheels for it, and then once I'm done with like the BMW and kind of like learn and feel it out, or maybe, you know, I don't even like it, I have no idea. Once I'm done with that car, then I can kind of like move into this, which would be like, I feel like a cooler looking car, because I think drifting's all about the looks and like aesthetics and stuff. And I think these look way cooler than an E46 sedan. So that's my main plan. But yeah, we're gonna get into this thing a little bit right now. Just kind of go over some of the things that it has, a lot of the issues that it has. But I haven't really jacked it up and really got into it. We're gonna show you the nitty gritty, some of the bad stuff. So let's take a look at it right now. So the main issue with this car, as you can see, the whole front end is completely out of alignment. Massive gap over here. The hood's actually overlapping the bumper here. Massive gap here to a normal gap back there, and same thing here. Just huge gap here, and I guess a little bigger than normal back there. Obviously, it's been in some kind of an accident. Bumper's destroyed. doesn't really matter. The hood's been replaced. It's actually in really good shape, the hood. Looks like there's been no work done to it. Someone just threw it on. This bumper is like screwed to the fender. Nothing really lines up with it. And then also this corner of the fender is like destroyed. So I'll probably just end up getting a fender for it, or maybe like, I don't even know what they make for these, get some over fenders or something like that. But this fender definitely needs to be replaced because it's gonna be hard to try and line everything up with a damaged fender. So I'll get a new fender for that side. This fender looks pretty good. There's obviously like a little dents here and there in it, but as far as all this goes, I guess it does even have has a kink right there too, and doesn't really fit the headlight. But the main thing, I've already looked into it a little bit. Obviously, like I knew about all this stuff too. That's why the car was so cheap. But this hood only catches on like the first catch. So there's definitely something bent. That's the motor. I don't know. I know probably less about these than I do BMWs, and I know nothing about BMWs. So it's gonna take me some learning and whatever. It's extremely dirty, but I mean, it does have BCs, has the FCF camber plates, and then obviously down there you can see it's got the good stuff. Got the crazy looking angle kit, whatever. But you can see here, this is all held on with zip ties, like this whole corner. Nothing lines up. Massive kink here, massive kink here. I think what I'm gonna do, blow the whole front end off this car and replace these outer cradles. And I think that this inner middle part is undamaged, but you can look and see this is completely bent. So I'll probably have to get a new latch, which isn't a big deal. So get a new latch, and even this is bent. I don't know. There's nothing to it really. So it's just easier to start over with new parts, right? So you know it'll line up. You just have to make it go back to where it should, and then you'll be good. So that all has to change. Obviously, once I get like the front bumper off and the headlights and the, you know, the fenders and stuff, I'll probably find more kinks and damage and stuff. I know that there's something wrong with down there because the condenser is all bent and stuff, out of shape. So I'm not entirely sure what that is, but not a big deal to me because I'm probably never gonna drive it on the road, but I mean, I could. This is actually the newest car I've ever owned. It's a 2015. The trucks, I guess, you know, they don't count, they're 2016, but like as far as like a car goes, this is the newest car I've ever owned. So now moving on back here, this door, it's terrible. Like it is like disgusting. So somebody obviously destroyed this door. They just filled it with Bondo, and then they just did it again. So I'm not gonna like start picking at it right now because I'm not gonna get into this car right now, but I'm just gonna replace the door. All of this damage will be gone. The door lines up like pretty decent, and that's a good sign. This quarter panel, as you can see, has been, you know, kinked whenever it got hit on the door. So like from about here to here is in a little bit. And then also there's been some really crappy body work done on the quarter panel. It's also extremely like wavy and dented in here, but not a huge deal. And also luckily like it's 2015, so everything is super clean. There's no rust anywhere. 75% of the damage on this side is just that door. So as soon as you unbolt the door, bolt on a good door, then we can see where this quarter's gotta be, pull the quarter out, do the body work, you know, hammer and dolly some of this out flat, skim coat that quarter panel. Not a huge deal. The interior is actually like pretty good. It's got one BRZ seat. I'm assuming he had like a bucket in here, and then when he sold it or whatever, he kept his bucket and he just bought this and threw it in. Everything is like here, except for I guess there's like a cup holder thing that's not there. I'll probably strip this out because I know these things are extremely underpowered, and I guess every little bit counts. Everything matches, everything's clean, you know, just needs to be a little bit cleaned up, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what these taillights are supposed to be doing. It looks like somebody put like a metal, oh, it looks like it's wrapped actually. I'm able to just pull that off. It looks like a clear metal flake like wrap over it. So hopefully I can just peel that off or wipe it off with thinners, whatever. Bumper doesn't matter. It's a little bit beat up, but it lines up with the quarter panel, so everything's in the right spot there. This side of the car actually looks pretty good. Not bad. This door dings all over it, but that's definitely fixable. Don't need to replace that door. This quarter panel looks mint, honestly. Maybe one little ding right there, but overall, I'm really happy. But yeah, like I said, I really don't plan on doing this car anytime soon. BMW is done. I just loaded up in the trailer. It's all like strapped down. It's ready to go. I think we're actually gonna end up working on the Miata a little bit, doing some things on that. But overall, with like this car, I'm really stoked. There's not a lot of really cool FRSs in my opinion. There's a few. There's definitely a few. But I think it'd be really cool to like just make one like really wild, like with a really cool color on it. Obviously, like I'm not gonna paint it purple. I'm saying right now, I'm not gonna paint it purple. I can't just paint every car I do purple. I have some ideas in my head, and these bodies, like the shapes and the body lines and stuff, I think that they should, you know, have pretty crazy colors on them, and it really like accentuates that. So when I woke up on like Thursday, when this all happened, I was not planning on buying a car, and it's some things, you know, they just happen. Deals come up, you can't pass them up, someone else will get the deal, and then you'll be like, man, I wish that I got that deal. So it's probably gonna sit for, I would say like a few months before I even like get started on it. I know people want me to like work on the Skyline. I say it all the time. It's such a tough car for me because I don't know exactly what I want to do to it now. Whereas like this car is like so beat up and it was a good deal. I can really do what I want to it, and it's just an FRS. Like they made a million of these things and they're not really worth a ton of money. So it's gonna be super cool. I can actually do what I want. Whereas the Skyline, yeah, they made a ton of those too. It was, you know, nothing special, but the values of those cars have gone up so much. So I have a plan in my head, like what I want to do with that car, and it should be fine, but there's really no reason to do anything to that car because I have the S15 for like show car type stuff. The BMW is gonna be the drift car for now. And then this thing, I'm just gonna clean it up, make it cool, and whatever in the meantime. After we do some work on the Miata, finish up some work on the S15, tons of stuff. So I'll probably start like picking up parts here and there, whatever, like a door, fender, you know, the rad cradle, stuff like that. Get everything kind of that I need. And then whenever I'm done with, you know, the Miata, a little project here and there, I'll kind of pick away at this. But I'm not really on, you know, trying to get this thing done super fast and trying to like drift it this year or whatever. We'll see how it goes. It might end up happening, but I'm just really exciting. I really like building cars. That's like what I love to do. And this is just another excuse to like build a cool car. Like I could have bought a nice one and not had to do a bunch of work, but I really like just fixing stuff, building cars. And then it gives me an excuse then to actually like give it my own style, make it cool. And hopefully you're pumped for it. And I don't think anybody really expected it because I had no idea that it was even gonna happen. So I think I'm just gonna end the video there. That is pretty much the rundown on this car. Let me know if you guys think that there's anything else that I should do as far as like mechanical wise goes, because I don't wanna blow it up because that would kind of defeat the purpose of a running, driving car for really cheap. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it's kind of like boring just buying another car, but I'm stoked. The future with this car I think is gonna be really cool. I keep saying it over and over, but I'm pumped for it. So that's gonna do it for this one. I'll see you in the next one.